great thing is that we may not, no problem, we may not all agree with the language being used, but but we give people the but we give people the opportunity, he won't come over, to say their point of view. So all I can say is that, is anyone watching Ezra live tweeting?
Yes, I've got it all up. But it will be right back to me now.
What's he saying? What's Ez? No. I want someone who's actually looking at the live tweets. I do us a favour. Go. Have you got Twitter on your thing? Put Ezra Levant and see. And Ezra Levant should be live tweeting from the court. And please look at what he's tweeting. And you can read it out to me. Have you found him? Hold on. Stay there. I've got one person ringing. I'm answering the phone. Let me... So who's ringing? 110. Who's ringing? Good afternoon. Good morning.
Me. My name's Sonia. I'm watching as Levant at the moment in the court. It's looking quite good for Tommy. The judge appears to be pulling the coppers on the reasons why it's been that it's actually being targeted and things. So at the moment, it's looking good. So you are actually listening. Sorry, watching what Ezra is tweeting. And I am, yes.
And excellent stuff. That is so great. So keep on there, and because when I'm here, I focus on what's going on around me. Really, I'm not online. When you're online, you get distracted. So keep. So for those of you, thank you very much for ringing. Yeah.
Yes, they're absolutely saying that it's driven by the police. Are saying that, the judge is saying that the police were driven by his political beliefs. Ooh, so it's looking really well. It's really looking well, Wendell.
Excellent stuff. Thank you for that.
Good, Tommy.
Big up. So as we can hear, someone who's watching and listening online has said that Ezra has reported that the judge has argued that the coppers was motivated by his political beliefs. So that's what's going on inside of the court now. So more people. I've got to answer this one. New Zealand, good morning. Are you ringing from New Zealand? You're ringing from Australia. Big up.
Yeah, I'm ringing up Wendell, mate. You're a superstar.
So hold on. So what made you pick up the phone in Australia, New Zealand to ring?
I followed Tommy since he started put on YouTube. Then he got cancelled. Been watching you. Oh man, he's a hero for England.
Yeah, carry on. So you've watched him and you've seen him got cancelled. Carry on.
I just followed him and just kept my eye on him. Just watch Urban Scoopers, all the films he's made, all the journalists. Man, he is a hero to England.
So you're watching in New Zealand, and Tommy is a hero, and are you following the live tweeting that's also being done by Ezra inside of the court? Have you been watching it?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm not geezer, so I'm trying to. Hold on.
Wait, I've got to go. So, no, excuse me. So we don't know what's happening. So it looks like we're going to be getting an outcome very soon. So all these... Excuse me.
Need to do interviews.
Tommy has been acquitted, I believe.
We're waiting for Tommy to come out of the court now.
I believe, he's apparently been acquitted.
Yeah, that way I've got it, Wendell. We'll hook that on there.
I'm looking, obviously I've been looking at the X stream courtesy of Ezra Lamont. He's saying public galleries ecstatic. Judge tells Tommy to stand, says he's acquitted.
So
Justice.
we're now outside of the court. So Tommy's going to be coming out in a few seconds. Let me move my camera forward. So Tommy, go back.
Here we go. Well, it's all kicking off there.
Tommy, don't worry, Tommy. Hold on! Get out of the way! Wait, watch! On that door. So, Tommy, we weren't expecting you out so quickly. What has been? Bring the camera down. Excuse me, get out of the way, man! You move. Get out of the fucking way!
Trying to do it live.
What's been the outcome?
What's been the outcome? The outcome has been found that the police discriminated against me based on my belief and my political beliefs.
Yep.
Now, my grievance now, well, not my grievance. First of all, thank you, Elon Musk. Thank you, Elon Musk, because if it wasn't for Elon Musk, why is it took an American businessman to fight for our justice here and our fight against terrorism charges for journalists?
Yep.
Now, over there, in a minute, it's going to come the journalists, the mainstream media. Go back now. If you want to see if you can trust the media, go back now and read the media's. Read what they said about this trial. When I was on trial, read what they said. Read the headlines, read the news that they give out, and then read the judge's judgment, right? Because all those journalists sat on that trial, they knew the police acted unlawfully, they knew they acted illegally, they admitted it in court, and none of the journalists told you that. No. None of them. They were hoping they had another bench judge that would rule against me, and then you, the public, would know nothing. That judge's verdict is a slam down against the police, an absolute. Read what he says, yeah? Read what he says, read about their evidence. It was corrupt, it was unlawful. For me, I'm frustrated still. I should be happy. I'm not happy because I shouldn't be put through this time and time again. I walked out of this court last year at a cost of £53,000 with a not guilty. I've just walked out again. This is nearly £100,000 been spent on this case. What for? And my main thing is the mainstream media sat through this whole trial. They knew all the unlawful practices in this trial, and yet they didn't report one of them. They hid it from you. They hid it from you. I'm so glad that judge has given such a powerful judgment now that says it how it was. I was targeted because of my political beliefs. To say that out loud, the government, on behalf of the government, counter-terrorism targeted me to try and get access to my phone as a journalist. Where's the outrage from the mainstream media in this? They were trying to get my access to my work that I do and my investigations that I do as a journalist. That is a corrupt state. That's what it is.
Tommy,
it's frustrating. I should be happy. I'm not. I should be happy, shouldn't I?
Congratulations, Gaffer.
I'm angry.
Where do you go from here? Where do you go from here?
This is the second time, if you read the last judge's judgment, that I was targeted by the police. He found it to be unlawful. My bail conditions to be unlawful. This arrest was unlawful. Think of the headlines they're throwing around the world about me. My name with terrorism have gone worldwide. And we've now found out that every single second of it, from the first 30 seconds, was unlawful.
Well, being that it's live.
It was targeted harassment due to my political beliefs.
Disgusting.
That's what it was, and that's what's now been proven by a court
disgusting.
of law. Do you know what? I need to say thank you to Elon Musk.
Justice.
I'll also say thank you to the judge, because I didn't expect the judge to do that, because that would have took a lot. Because we shouldn't feel like that, but I feel we live in a politicised judiciary and a politicised country. He's come down very strong on the side of freedom and on the side of fairness, and I'm very grateful for it.
So the judicial system has worked today. So that is so great to hear that, Tommy. Go away.
Where's that gone? Where's that been? He hasn't come out yet. Yeah?
He was scared to even...
Well, when he's in there, we're waiting for him to come out. We're going to wait for him to come out.
I actually asked him if he would engage with on your channel and ask...
No, I'm going to go away. Are you doing this? What we're going to do? I'm going to go through the headlines that they run from my trial. Bearing in mind the media sat in trial, they listened to every bit of evidence which this judge has made his verdict from. So I'm going to read what the media said, and then we're going to read, and then we're going to... Who's coming out? And then...
Well, this is live, so it's going to be a bit funny here and there. What can we do? Typical. Getting not guilty.
I'm going to read what the
There we
judge
go.
said.
So, final question before you go, Tommy. I know there's lots of things you want
Kids,
to do.
I'm coming home.
A lot of people are asking questions concerning uniting the kingdom in 2026. Can you just release a little bit of information to let people know what might be planned?
Well, what's going to be planned is another event. It's going to be bigger, it's going to be better, it's going to be louder. Let me just see if the copper's replied yet. Wayne?
So this is live and direct.
Live and direct, here's my last...
Meet up with you lot at the next UGK event, mate.
Wayne's on, because I've been on him. Look, I'm on him. I'm on him. And what we may be forced to do is just release the date. We've got the date, we know the date, we want it, but we want to make sure for an event like that, it's going to be big, it's going to be a worldwide event. We want Hyde Park, yeah, but we need to work with the police properly on it, which is what we're trying to do.
It's so important.
It's important. What's that?
Can we name a month?
Nah, because what we'll do is they'll start jumping in and trying to block out all the dates, yeah?
Same on my channel, Mr. P, due to type of content.
They probably
Talk
won't.
about Islam, Tommy Robinson.
You read that judgment, yeah?
YouTube controls the narrative.
He hammered them, yeah? They won't report that. Aidan, what we need to do is now go on. They're reporting. The thing that gets me, the thing that frustrates me so much is that they all sat in that trial and they run headlines about expensive car, cash. No, the headline is the police have targeted me unlawfully and arrested me without grounds. Sorry. I should be happy. I am happy. I'm going home to my kids. I'm very happy. But and I'm happy for everyone's support, everyone from around the world who's given me support. And again, just Elon Musk.
Big up Elon Musk.
And again, and also Carson Kay and Alistair Williamson, the KC. He absolutely, like, do you know when you watch someone who's so good at their trade skillfully picks out of pieces? I'm watching it just thinking, wow.
But this should have never happened.
It shouldn't have been here. Why have I been here? Yeah. Time and time again. I've got another trial lined up now. My solicitors just said to me before, we need to see you about your next trial. It's like,
isn't there any possibility of getting compensation for all of the money spent and all of the stress and hurt you've gone through?
When I walked out of court last time, I can see which shot they're trying to get. Look, when I walked out of court last time, I'll get on your camera.
Now you're back to that one.
When I walked out of court last time, there you go, Don. When I walked out of court last time and I was looking, when I walked out of court last time,
yeah. So Tommy,
I know what you're trying to do. Done.
So, Tommy, all I can say is thank you very much.
Yes, Sam.
It is great that you... Hold on, no. You're going to break. Yeah.
Ezra, let's go.
Sorry, Nally. So what we've now got to... Get me my microphone.
Wendell, that's me.
Well, that's a bit unfortunate.
That's not mine. Let's move backwards. So I've got my bit, I don't know. No. Sorry, no. For you, I'll chat.
There we go. Not guilty.
I saw him earlier.
No surprise.
So for those of you who are watching, my name is Wendell Daniel from Urban Scoop, and we are coming to you live and direct on Tommy Robinson's YouTube channel and also on Tommy Robinson's Twitter page. And as you can see, it's a scrum. It's a mad scrum down here when Tommy comes out of the court. But the priority is always Tommy to come to this camera and you will get the truth. And, you know, we do not rely on mainstream media anymore. We are the media, and we will fight this corrupt system to make sure that the truth is told. And just like what Tommy has said, what has the mainstream media done to correct all of the lies that they have been telling about Tommy being a terrorist? These scum, their reign is slowly being deconstructed by citizens, journalists, and the truth being told. And what is really great is that we now have the capacity. we're seeing a few issues unfold. I'm not getting involved. There could be an arrest in a few moments. And, sir, Tommy has been cleared. Come.
Rightly so. He's always going to be not guilty, surely.
YouTube and Twitter page. My name is Wendell Daniel from Urban Scoop. So Tommy Robin has been cleared. How you feeling?
Chuffed to bits.
It is so.
I mean, at last the British judicial system has seen sense.
Excellent stuff.
Wendell.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Derek. Are we live? Yeah, we're live. Hold on, Derek. No, Derek. So Derek. So Tommy's been cleared. How you feeling?
Jubilant. And I'd like to point out that the second time this judge has ruled by the law and not being bound to the political pressure. It's the second time Tommy's been stood in front of this judge. The last time he gave him his right to a trial in front of a jury and said that all media should be recognised. And today he said that it was a political arrest, not a terrorist arrest, and he stood by the law and not the pressure. So there is some people that will stand against the system, although being part of the system, he stood against it. It gives you a little bit of hope that some people will follow this, some other judges will follow this and say it's time to follow the law, not the political
But
bullying.
isn't the outcome here today a clear demonstration that the criminal justice system has worked?
Well, it shouldn't have come to court at all.
But it has. It has. So the system works.
The judge worked.
The system has
worked. Yes.
That is great.
Yes. Oh, yes, it is.
Let's
great.
call it out for what it is.
Yeah, it's
The
great.
system has worked.
This time, yes. Yes. But can we count for how many times it's failed? One cuckoo does not make a spring.
I hear. But it is great. Jeff, let me call Jeff. Jeff. Excellent. Thanks very much. So my name is Wendell Daniel from Urban Scoop and Jeff. Andrew. So we're now going to get a couple of interviews. So you're next. So Jeff, you're next. How are you feeling now that it's been cleared?
Oh, this is fantastic. It was well worth coming to London just to see this. I tell you what, the police are going to be well and truly upset about this. No more just stopping people ad hoc as they go through the port areas anymore. They've actually got to follow a procedure. Because as I was just talking to Andrew Bridgen, he knows several people that have been stopped just like this and they've been badly affected. So Tommy's got the public behind him now, and I think we need more justice, proper justice. If you're going to have law, use it properly. Don't misuse it. So, yeah.
But isn't today's outcome a demonstration that the criminal justice system has worked?
It actually has worked, yes. Oh no, I'm going to go into shock now. The system does work as long as you've got the publicity and the money, remember, Elon Musk's money.
Yeah, Elon, thank you very much. I'm now going to get Andrew Bridgen. Thank you very much. I won't be a second. So Andrew, we've heard protect the camera. If you have to, just push them out the way. Hey, just push the fuckers out the way. Don't be scared of them. I don't give a shit who they are. Just push them out the way. Don't let them. Excuse my language. Yeah, so Andrew, the criminal justice system has worked.
And it's a good job it did, because if it had gone against Tommy today, it would be a very dark time for all of us.
Well, something going on there.
Let them go. I'm all right. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about that, Andrew. I'm not involved with a scrum.
You didn't hold them back for me.
I'm teaching my man.
Wendell, what sort of a bodyguard are you?
So if we go back, so this is a clear indication that the criminal justice system has worked, even though it fucked up in putting Tommy through the process.
Yeah, but Tommy had some very good representation. He had some very good points, and he had a lot of publicity around this case, which puts the pressure on the judiciary to come, and the government to come to the right decision.
And they do.
And they have to do. It's public opinion, public scrutiny. That's what's always important.
Excellent stuff. That's normal. Twice in one day. That is so excellent.
Yes.
And also we've
Don't expect treats like this all the time. Wendell.
Excellent stuff.
I think it's time for a celebratory pint, isn't it?
Excellent stuff. Thanks a lot, bro. Yeah.
Thanks
a lot. So, Ezra's going to be next. Have you come, sir?
Hello, Wendell.
Hello, mate. Justice has been served. Are you happy?
I'm more than happy. I can't believe it. I mean, the travesty of justice even got this bloody far, and how much it's cost. The police got answer to this because all they did was stop it because he's called Tommy Robinson. It was nothing to do with anything. And we've got this thing called terrorism. We've got to redefine that, especially when there's a guy rampaging through trains and stabbing people. This is absolutely ludicrous. I'm over the moon, Wendell. I really am over the moon. I love him to bits anyway for what he's done for child rape gang recognition and all that sort of thing. So, great news.
But I'm arguing the criminal justice system is seen to work today.
Yeah, well, it did. I mean, but basically the judge isn't convinced by what the process happened, and the police didn't know what they were doing. For an arse from an elbow, they saw Tommy Robinson driving a car. Right, we've got to stop him because we know that he's linked with the English Defence League and all that sort of thing. Absolute crap. And Wendell, I think most people will be turning over tonight and look with a glass of wine saying, Tommy.
Big up. Thank you very much, sir. Excellent stuff. Thank you very much. So, AY, the verdict has been delivered. How are you feeling, sir?
I feel relieved. I feel happy as well for Tommy and his family. Yeah,
You're next.
that he's going to be home for Christmas. One less to worry about, really. I'd just like to say thank you to Franda, who travelled all the way this morning to deliver Tommy a present for his birthday. Must be his birthday coming up. She gave it to me to hand to him, so that was your present that you got, Tommy, from her. She travelled a long way as well to actually give him that as well. So
excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wendell.
Shall I do it while he's waiting? Ezra, can I do it while they're waiting? Yeah. Is it? Oh yeah. So they're just going live with Dan Wootton now. So for those of you who are watching, don't go anywhere yet. We're going to go live in a few moments with Ezra Levine, and you know that's so good. And he's on another program. I won't tell you which one he's on, but as you know, we've just discovered Tommy has been cleared, and it has been a waste of time going through this bullshit. And Tommy's now gone off to a secret location. I know where he is. And he will now be spending time with his family. And he has personally thanked the richest person on this earth for helping him. So he has thanked Elon Musk for helping him. Because to go through this process, it costs tens and tens of thousands of pounds to defend yourself. And without the help of the richest man in the world, Tommy Robinson could be in the cells now, going on his way to prison. But instead, he has been cleared. I haven't asked the question, has it been thrown out? I'm not guilty. There's questions that need to be asked. Yeah. But what I want to see is a written copy of the reasons in the judgment to justify why the case was thrown out. And then we will let you have access to all of that information. So it is a great day. It is a great day for the criminal justice system in this country. And I believe that the criminal justice system would find Tommy not guilty. Even there's no way he was fucking guilty. Yeah, he's got private and confidential, but that wasn't the issue. The whole process was corrupt. It's about the process. They fucked up. And now they've been exposed yet again.
Yeah, it's corrupt. Just one case going the right way because of a decent judge doesn't mean it's not corrupt. So yeah, I probably agree with you there, Angus. Our justice system is corrupt. That's why it keeps happening.
I'm standing next to
Money talks.
This man, my just hold it on the side. So put it to your mouth.
Yeah.
So
Yo.
this is my trainee cameraman.
Hope you're well, Beats and
Tomorrow
Dopes.
He's going to be doing a funeral for me, and I've asked him to come down here.
Welcome, Tony.
To experience what it's like. So now you've seen and experienced the scrum.
Yeah.
And you know, like I said to you, you got to be fucking ruthless.
But it's been acquitted.
They start pushing. Fuck them, push them out the way. I don't give a shit. So now you've seen exactly what happens down here. How you feeling?
It was exciting.
Hold it to your mouth.
It was interesting to see a bit.
Young Bob.
Yeah, but interesting how?
Because usually, like places where I go, I don't usually see such a crowd where people are excited to see one person.
Excellent stuff. What I'm going to do, you stay there. So you see, this guy here,
yep.
He's one of the heavyweights now.
You really think so?
Have you noticed I only seem to interview heavyweights? So this guy is one of the biggest and this is young Bob. So young Bob, how you feeling, bro? Describe the feeling, the adulation, etc.
I appreciate it was a short verdict, and I appreciate the response.
Was you in now?
Yes. And what we found was that there's always going to be a lack of demarcation, that being a lack of always being able to make sure there's no determining a fine line in this country between the protected rights of someone and the rights that could incite terrorism under the terrorist article that he was arrested under. In which case, the lack of knowledge and recollection of all of the cross-examined officers.
The lies.
Yes, the lies. The fact that they could not...
Call it out, the lies.
Yeah, it was right.
Talking.
The fact is that they considered about 40 minutes up until the point that he was in loading bay to be arrested under the offence, and they could not remember any of the questions being posed to Tommy Robinson. In which case, if 4 officers on the span of 40 minutes can't remember one single question about why they had detained him under the Terrorist Act, it kind of paints the narrative that they don't want to lie, so they're just going to claim no. It is a notorious offensive strategy within the legal system. So this is a demonstration that, and the judge himself admitted this, that he does not have sufficient evidence that besides from the arbitrary arrest upon his political beliefs, there was any sufficient reason to arrest him under the Terrorist Act. And it even seemed like, considering the man had a cold and kept on coughing throughout the duration of the court case, that it seemed like he was just kind of fed up of this court case draining money. Of course, the prosecutor makes money. Everyone makes money.
It's money making. It's money making.
It's money making. Besides from Tony Robinson.
But it's also an abuse of power for what they've bloody done. But do you know something? It is great that you've been here to experience and to see the outcome. But is it not possible that you, as a young up-and-coming Tommy Robinson, will also in the future go through the same trials and tribulations? And at the moment, we got 70,000 people on Twitter watching. We've got nearly 4,000 on YouTube. So have you learned from all of this, young Bob?
Yeah, and especially just that a lot of these pioneers, including Tommy, can give the way to people such as myself on what to do and what not to do. So it's good to see, and also it's good to see as well is that as long as you're not scandalous and as long as you're not actually breaking the law, in every single case, either you posting this on social media and you having the backing of the public, or you have the backing of the legal system, the truth will always shine through.
Exactly. And would you agree that the criminal justice system worked today in finding... Hold on, I've got to ask the question. Was he not guilty or was the case thrown out?
He was not guilty.
So has the criminal justice system worked in finding Tommy not guilty?
I think that, firstly, his verdict should have come before his state trip to Israel. Of course, anyone who...
Yeah, we know that, but we have to go by facts today.
Yeah. So, I think so, but preferably I would have liked to see the case chucked out.
I hear you, but it is so great. But all I can say is thank you very much, sir. I'm waiting to interview Ezra. So for those of you who are watching, my name is Wendell Daniel from Urban Scoop. And I'm now going to pass on my condolences on the passing of someone, but I'm not going to go into too much details. Yeah, many of you may recall that on the 13th and 14th of October, I engaged here outside of the court by a young lady by the name of Crumpet. Crumpet has been a stalwart within this movement, and she has been a patriot for so many years. It is with deep regret for me to report that Crumpet passed away at the end of last week. So Crumpet, the same lady to whom I engaged with, and we all know she passed away at the end of last week. What we at Urban Scoop are doing, we are waiting to find out information from the family. We're not speculating or writing things on social media. All we know is that our beloved Crumpet sadly passed away at the end of last week, and our condolences go out to Crumpet's family and friends on her loss. We will refrain from speculating or anything because that is not great journalism. So I'm now waiting for Ezra in the background, and this young gentleman here. If you come round, sir. If you come round, I'm trying to engage with people. Now come round because it's all about composition. So if you come here, come round. That's it. So what's your name, sir?
Dave. It just took me 13 hours to get here from Scotland, and I got pushed right back from the front. I followed Tommy down there, and he stopped the car, and I shouted, "Tommy, give me a soundbite." He got out of the car and gave me a hug, and he said, "We're always going to win."
And we win. So you've come all the way from Scotland. You've had a 13-hour journey. Was it worth?
Absolutely. I probably got a £200 parking ticket as well.
But it's worth it.
Absolutely.
And you could have got a £200 parking fine, and Tommy would have got a £50,000 legal bill.
Exactly. It's all horses and courses. But I mean, the way I got arrested a few years ago, and I wouldn't give my name because I didn't do anything wrong, and I called myself good citizen, and they read that out in court. 2 years representing myself to get rid of it, and all thrown out. What Tommy's going through is just mountainous. The pressure that's on him is unbelievable. But it was nice to hear him, what I did hear, of how he's sort of like, he's still strong enough. Yeah, he's still being strong.
Excellent stuff. I'm just going to engage now with Ezra Levant, and then I'll come back to you. So I'm now going to engage with Ezra Levant. If that's it. So what's all these hugs and kisses? If you come,
I'll give you a hug too, my friend.
So Ezra, you've come all the way from Canada.
I almost missed it. My flight was late, and then my cab was late.
But the great thing, you've arrived here. I'm going to argue something very dodgy. Today, with this outcome, have we not seen the criminal justice system in action in finding Tommy not guilty?
I was so pleased today. I paid close attention to the judge.
Yeah.
The judge, let me sum it up if I could. The judge said Tommy was illegally targeted for his political beliefs. And you can't do that. You can't target someone because of their religion. You can't target someone because of their politics. The Terrorism Act is a powerful weapon, and you can only use it to seize someone and search their phone without a warrant if you have some indicia that the man was doing terrorism, and no one in the world believed. In fact, what they did when they detained him at the border, they called to other police agencies in the UK. Hey, does anyone want a piece of Tommy Robinson? MI5 counter-terrorist? No, everyone said, no, what are you talking about? He's a political guy. Literally no one in the UK wants him for terrorism. It's such BS. And the judge let it rip today. He talked about the 3 different police officers who testified. He said they were not credible. Can you imagine? And he said it, he didn't use the word vendetta, but that's what he meant. And you know what, Wendell, I get a bit depressed sometimes about the state of freedom in the UK. I get a bit depressed watching Tommy's court cases. But then a day like today comes and I get a little bit of hope again, because I want to love the system. I want to trust the system because democracy is flawed, but it's better than the others. Today feels good, but Wendell, it was a defensive operation.
Yeah.
Tommy didn't, quote, win. He's just no further behind, but they did burn up his time and his stress. So I hope that British police from coast to all around the country take a lesson from Judge Sam Guzzi today. And if they have just a political vendetta, drop it. Do not act on political vendettas. If someone's committed a crime, go after him. If someone's committing terrorism, go after him. But Tommy Robinson did neither.
But if the judge has put down in the judgment that the officers were motivated by their political beliefs, isn't that evidence that their conduct was contrary to their professional standards within the police force, and as a direct result, there should be disciplinary or some form of action instigated against the same said police officers?
Well, I mean, if this was a corporation, if a business had been caught doing something dodgy,
yes,
the shareholders would demand it, the officers would demand it, the insurance would demand it, the reputation would demand it, there would be someone who would be sacked. But Tommy said quite perceptibly, not a single person will lose their job over this. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if the 3 cops involved got a raise, because they did what they knew Keir Starmer wanted to do. You know what? I had a theory from the very first. Tommy shows up. He's a very recognizable face. The cop who stopped him first, young cop, doesn't really know what he's doing. He basically said that. But he's starstruck. There's Tommy Robinson. Oh, he's a celebrity. Oh, I got, look what just fell into my lap. I got to do something. I think it was a perverse kind of who, instead of saying what he really should have said, hey, can I take a selfie? He said, I have the power to stop you, and just for the next hour, I'm going to be dominating you. For the next hour, I'm going to show you who's boss. And they didn't have a case. And when they asked him questions, this was something else the judge referred to. They didn't ask him any questions about terrorism. They asked him conversational questions that you could get an answer to on Google. I'm sorry, you want to do that, invite Tommy out to the pub. Ask him all the questions you want. He might even take you up on it. But do not arrest a man, demand a search of phone, and all you got is, hey, Tommy, tell me about your politics. That is not allowed in the law, and today the judge let her rip.
Last time you were here, on the 13th or 14th of October, you were prevented from from live tweeting in the court. You was also yanked out of the court.
Yeah.
I see today you were live tweeting. Were you actually inside? How did it work today?
I was not in the court proper. I was 2 feet back in the public gallery. And someone was kind enough to give me their seat. Very nice of them. Because I was a little bit late today. My flight was late. So I got in just like a minute to spare. Like, it was one traffic light, I would have missed it. But I was really glad to be here today. It feels like the tide is turning. Look at Tommy Robinson's last month, September 13th, one of the biggest rallies in British history, very well executed, star-studded speakers, very well-behaved crowd. Then Tommy gets invited as a state visitor to Israel, where he meets with people in high office. And now this, being acquitted, not just in a perfunctory way, but being acquitted with oomph, being acquitted with a flourish by a judge who I don't think, I'm going to guess the judge is not a Tommy fan, but he put the law first. So that's 3 big wins in 1 month. Wendell, we should all have such good months.
That is so great. But you flew in today. Are you going back today as well, or how's it work?
You know what? Normally I do. Normally I go straight home. But I'm gonna slow down. Yeah. I might take a day. I love London. There's so many great friends. And my favorite thing about London, and I travel here and there, as you know. You know what I love about London? Look around you. Yeah. Do you see all these citizen journalists? Yeah. A few years ago, it would just be you and me and maybe one other. Now there's so many people here who are genuine journalists. And I've observed that change year over year. The size of the scrum around Tommy is enormous. That's almost the size of scrum a prime minister would get. So, Wendell, I enjoy coming to the UK to see, as I was saying to another lady today, it's the best of times and the worst of times. The government is doing terrible things. But look at the people. How can you not love the British people standing up for freedom? And I see a grassroots movement.
You can feel it. You can feel it.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was up there in Epping and Norwich and so many places. Ordinary people have decided to be counted. That's such a good feeling, Wendell.
And Tommy said at the last trial that it was because of you. Around us now, there are hundreds and there are thousands of citizens. What advice would you give to an aspiring citizens journalist who want to come out to record and report the truth?
Well, I really believe in video. I believe that, it's a primary source of information. There's a temptation that people just want to be an analyst or a commentator. Now that's useful.
Yeah.
But what are you going to commentate on? What are you going to analyze? You need that primary info. And everybody has the tools to be a citizen journalist. Do you have a phone? Twitter account is free. What's happening in your neighborhood? You can come downtown and cover a big day like today. Today is a big day. It was great for everybody to be here. But everyone here lives in their own neighborhood where they have their own news. And you can have that scoop in your... I don't know, maybe that's not useful advice, but just keep at it. I would say keep your camera running, even if someone says turn that camera off. Do not turn the camera off.
That's good. But what you're saying is correct. You don't need a big flash camera like me. All you need is a mobile phone.
That's exactly right. I mean, I love seeing the gear. I love seeing the new rigs people have, the battery packs. You got a great camera there. You got a proper mic. Listen, all that's great. Yeah. And if you can afford it and if you know what you're doing, go for it. Yeah. But you don't need it.
You don't need it.
We don't need no stinking camera.
Big up, sir. And I look forward to seeing you again.
Morning, Slim. Live outside the courts with Tommy Robinson. He was found not guilty, and rightly so.
Not Levine, Levant from Rebel News. And he flew in to London from Canada only this morning so that he can be in the courts to see history unfold and to report exactly what is happening. And that is so great to actually know that Ezra is so committed to the cause. And just like what Ezra has said, it does not matter if you've got a little mobile phone like most people have. I got very expensive equipment for separate reasons, but it serves our purpose on Urban Scoop to do. You know, just like a few moments ago, you got Dan Wootton on the Dan Wootton show. They're doing it on a mobile. You don't have to. But when I'm live streaming, it has to be of a certain quality, and we have to maintain the signal. So my equipment is different. That doesn't matter. If you want to be a certain journalist, citizens journalist, like Ezra said, get on your mobile phone, go and report local events. When you know there's a protest going on in London, go out there, engage, and do what you need to do. But just like you saw earlier on, when Tommy came out of the court, it then becomes a scramble. If you don't protect your equipment will be damaged with thousands of pounds. And when people come out, you become like the Hulk. I don't care what the fuck you are, I'm going to push you out of my way to get the footage I require. Don't push. Normally, it's all nice and calm like this, but sometimes you need to be able to just bounce people out the way. And it's one of them things, I might be quiet, but when I need to, I'm going to push you out of my way to get the footage I require. I didn't realise Ezra was there, so let me move out of Ezra. That's a common courtesy and respect that we have. So all I do hope is that you have learnt something very important here today. We will be back on Saturday, and we will be back on Saturday. Tune in and you will find out more information about what is going on Saturday. And I'm just looking to say thank you to a few of you on YouTube. So
there we have it. Happy days. That's coming to an end now. So that's all good in the hood. Absolutely fantastic result. At least he's found not guilty. Thanks to everyone in the chat. I will be back at 4 p.m. live, where you can have your say. So happy days. So thanks to Beats and Tapes, Slim, Mariana. Who else is in the chat? SE16, Angus, Tony was obviously Mr. B. Beats and tapes. I said beats and tapes. You got said twice again. Oh, it was Pat's leather straps yesterday. Got said twice again. But yeah, not guilty. Happy days. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. So tune in at 4 p.m. for my next live. And we'll be talking about everything that's going on in the world. Get your say. And I'll see you in the live chat. Happy days. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Take it easy, Slim. Stay safe, my friend. But for now, that is the Wizard's words.